What's going on, you guys? You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home on a budget. You know how you go to the closet and you manage to find and dust off one of those old board games that you never really were interested in playing but bought anyway for bragging rights? This is one of those games, and we're doing this a little bit differently. This is 1 versus 100, based upon an NBC game show hosted by Bob Saget. It's you against the mob in the most exciting trivia game ever. This is the home game from Pressman Toy Corporation, designed for 2 to 4 players. There's no time to rehearse this or plan this out ahead of time, because I found this while perusing through the porch of said friend's house, David. For the very first time, we're doing a TSR video review from David's house.
That's right. That's right. So, yeah, that's the game I bought here for no reason. I mean, that game is basically part of the NBC game show lineup, which was cut short.
You'd be surprised as to David's knowledge when it comes to game show hosts.
That's right.
We were actually quizzing each other before we went to tape on who was hosting which game show. I didn't know that Bob Saget was hosting this, because I haven't seen this. David got this last year off of eBay. How much did you pay for this?
About $25.
$25. Be the contestant and be part of the mob in this exciting home version of television's new game show, 1 versus 100. The contestant: answer a question correctly and collect money for every member of the mob that got it wrong. Move up to the next level where the money gets better but the questions get harder. The mob is hoping you'll stumble because the wrong answer from you means more money from them. Sounds very deceptive. Very deceptively simple, too. That is until you open up the box to look at the contents, which we'll do in a second. The mob. You get to decide how the mob answers. Place your mob tokens all on one answer if you're pretty sure you know it. Divide them up if you want to hedge your bet. Try to get the contestant to keep playing in the hopes that they'll lose it all to you. After every player's had a chance to be the contestant, the player with the most money wins. The contents: 275 question cards with 825 questions. A card holder. Wipe off mob board with stand. 51 mob tokens. 4 cardboard shields. 4 answer boards. 3 answer cards. A wipe off money board. Score pad. Wipe off pen. And instructions. This game goes for ages 12 to adult. Licensed by Endemol International. So those are all the contents. This game was in storage in David's porch for how long?
About 1 year.
About a year. So there's a fair amount of mess. Let's open this up. Have you seen 1 versus 100 before?
I have.
There's the mob board and all the contents as listed on the back. And here on this instruction pamphlet: be the player with the most money at the end of the game. The game ends when each player has had the chance to be the contestant. So, instructions for setting up the game and the easel stand for the mob board, and for playing and winning the game. And I assume some variations of gameplay. So yeah, taking a look at this, there's a fair amount of mess. So, if you've seen 1 versus 100, David, would you want to be a contestant on the program?
Maybe not, but it's like complicated to become a contestant. Pretty much.
So here are your question cards. Again, all jumbled up and disorganized, and wow, you've never really played with this, have you? Here are some random questions for some of the question cards that have approximate ranges of money from $1,000 to $10,000, and the actual amounts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand, and they're also color-coded: yellow, blue, and red. They don't range in difficulty though. $8,000. Time's up when you hear Heidi say off with a saying on what TV show? Project Runway, B, duh. Tyra Banks was host of America's Next Top Model. Now it's Carly Kloss. I actually did bought something related to Project Runway at the thrift store, though I never reviewed it. For $3,000, being a member of the CTU requires a 24/7 commitment. What kind of terrorist unit is it? Is it a counter-terrorism unit? Let's see. I know it's from 24. Oh yeah, it's B. I do remember. We have a 24 video on the Thrift Store Rundown. I bought a few seasons of 24. Anyway, Cowabunga for $1,000. Named after art masters, these fighting amphibians crave what? Pizza. Of course, because they are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I actually have their pizza cookbook, which I bought from the thrift store even though it was exclusive to Loot Crate. We have a video for that. And for $1,000, only fitting for election season. Yay, you're on a reality show. Oh no, someone said, you're fired. Who do such a thing? The Donald, aka our idiot-in-chief, President Trump. It's only a matter of time before next year we as a nation can finally say, Mr. President, you're fired. So, there is a certain amount of difficulty in this game. It is quite complex, but then again, so are many board games that I have reviewed here. So, there is a certain amount of difficulty in this game. It is quite complex, even though I say that for many board games around here, even board games that are not based on game shows. But just for these questions alone, man, any pop culture geek would have to prove that they are worth their salt by buying this. Even though there's too much components in here. Still, I love these questions. Questions on this side here for $10,000 plus, and answers on the other side. These are just random knowledge questions. You have your marker. These are your mob playing pieces. Plenty of them. A lot of disorganization here. What else is in here? We got some more mob playing pieces. And your score pad. Geez, David, have you ever learned to take care of your stuff, even when it's sitting in storage?
I've been taking care of that. A lot of stuff.
A lot. Well, have a look at the instructions, see if I put all this back. So, once you get the hang of it, it's really a fairly deceptively simple game to play. It's just a matter of speed, skill, and accuracy. Oh, and let's not forget this. This goes in there too. Now, I have not seen 1 versus 100 again, and I didn't have plenty of time to rehearse a monologue for this video because I just found this in David's porch, tightly crammed in a box. Almost impossible to get it out. But I did, and I give it a, what do you want to give this out of 5? 5 claps.
And what 5 claps?
You know, my 5 clap rating system.
Oh.
From 0 to 5. What would you give this?
4.5.
4.5, you gotta do the claps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you do a half a clap.
like this?
No, let me show
I don't know.
You did the full claps, but what you do is place your 4 fingers on top of your other 4 fingers like so. No, sideways.
Like this?
Hit this side here. Now to one hand sideways.
Like that?
Hold this. This is a half a clap.
Oh.
See here?
Oh, okay.
That's a half a clap.
You made a half a clap.
So, David's rating is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a half out of 5.
Right.
And because of the disorganization, I'm giving it a 4. Round that out. What's our rating on this? Round it out.
4.5 still.
Do that one more time. Nice. Well, he gives it 4.5. I give this a 4 because it's plenty messy. But hey, it's a deceptively simple game, and games like this do not deserve to be locked up in storage for a year. No, these games are fairly hot commodities. Yes, if you did ask, this is a different background. Because we're back in my studio, David let me keep this. I asked him if I could take this home with me, and he said yes. He doesn't play with this as much, and his parents were none the wiser. So, moral of this review is, you don't know what gems like this that you might unearth in your best friend's porch or anywhere else in his or her house. And if you really do them a solid, you'll take these things off their hands. I really do have a solid best friend. He is definitely 1 in 100, much less 1 in a million. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm in David's house.
Thank you very much for watching my game.
Like, comment, subscribe, as David often says.
Good day.
Yes, good day, or as I like to say, I'll catch you on the flip side.